Alright folks, thank you for making it to the day of the Dialectic. This is an issue that's been very close to my heart for a long time. It's very concerning, deeply concerning. Try to ask yourself if you can remember a legitimate photo or video from Julian Assange that wasn't recycled, that you knew for a fact was authentic from that day, that week, that hour. As far as I've noticed, for the past 2 years, I want to say since at least mid-2017, I haven't been able to verify that Julian Assange is actually alive and well. Normally he would go on his balcony in the embassy, say hello, then all of a sudden his internet got cut off, this and that was only after we hadn't seen him for a large amount of time. And what I find is very concerning about this is that this particular interview that we're going to go over was the beginning of my thought process that something grave had happened. This particular interview, if you're not aware, was recorded by RT, put on by John Pillinger. The title of it is Secret World of U.S. Election. Julian Assange talks to John Pillinger. The good thing about this is that this is a legitimate video. I've tried to parlay this theory to people, and normal stuff before I even see the video. I can guarantee you most have not, if not damn near all, haven't even tried to look because of the fact that anybody can manipulate a video. Well, the interesting thing about this one is that this is straight from RT. The theory goes that there was a CGI replica that was meant to take Julian Assange's place, that they were, in my opinion, testing out. He was likely a test subject for this. I mean, I'm sure there have been tests before that, but they were, rehearsals or what have you. This was for live audience. The system's live. They made it or broke it, and in all honesty, they did well enough. That's essentially another subject. I might never get into that on this channel, but yeah, the replication, deep fakes, that's an issue that we're likely going to be already facing in our lives, not to any extent that it will affect us, but next 30-40 years, I'm not even gonna make a synopsis on it. They can do this. They can replicate, with CGI. So these three clips from this particular video. I'm going to go over them in as much detail as possible. I feel that it's very unnecessary, and you may see why. However, I get skepticism, and I understand that people need just total immersement in verification. So I'm going to give all that I can stand to give. To give you a synopsis of what we're going to do here, I'm going to play the first clip at full speed. Then I'm going to rewind it for a 25% reduction. I'm going to rewind it again for a 50% reduction of the full. Then again for a 75% reduction of the full. And I'm even going to go so far as to give you all a 90% reduction of the full at the end of it. So what we're going to be seeing here is the eye morph. You'll notice on his left eye that his eye seems to morph. This is why it's important that we slow these down.
In the European mind, he represents American white trash. Deplorable and irredeemable. Basically the same thing.
There are some weird screen caps.
He represents American white trash. Deplorable and irredeemable. Basically the same thing.
I'm going to go to 50%. Full 50% reduction. This is where it starts to get a little weird.
He represents American white trash. Deplorable.
And we're down to a 75% reduction in speed.
Trash. Deplorable.
90% reduction. Next up, is going to be the color morph. This is the most definitive one. This is the impossibly shaped object right here. This is why I think I slowed this one down to 25 reduction, 25%. There's enough here to keep you all satisfied, I'm sure.
The Netherlands and a number of other countries, so that the attempted squeeze on Wikileaks and a number of other countries, so that the attempted and a number of other countries, so that the attempted countries, so that
Face freeze. I'm going to be honest about the face freeze, and I generally advise people to skip it because you may see something, you may not. I'm going to let y'all be the judge of that. You know, I'm going to do the work for y'all and let you see a slowed down version just in that frame that I mentioned, so that y'all can make your synopsis. I'll try to add what I can, but it's the least relevant.
Of Clinton's emails where she was Secretary of State. They come from a batch of just over 60,000 emails. Of Clinton's emails where she was Secretary of State. They come from a batch of just over 60,000 emails. They come from
I advise y'all to go to the original video, verify for one that it exists on your own accord, because I believe any rational mind that sees these will infer that nothing can do this aside from CGI. I mean, this isn't something that happens in real life. The color in particular, it's one of those, it essentially reminded me of one of those stairways that's non-real object. It basically goes up perpetually in a square, and you'll just keep going up forever, but you will never go up forever because they cannot exist. Now, leading off from that, it was a little off-putting for myself thinking this for so long to have seen this video. The one depicting him, basically, it looks like he's in front of a green screen, talking, and there's no particular point to what he's talking about. He's basically talking about his life's work, Wikileaks, why he set it up, what he feels about it, what he wanted it to do, what it didn't do, his regrets. He goes into a lot of really personal issues, and I was sitting there thinking, like, I've kind of been accepting that he was passed for a year and a half. September 27th, 2018 was when he posted the video that I referred to. Basically, as far as I can see, the synopsis, my own personal take, is that that was a dead man switch video eulogy. Not only did it come at a time where it's just, there was no reason for him to just randomly put out a video, especially of such arbitrary information. Secondly, it was done in front of a green screen, on top of the fact that he looked different than any other picture. Like, if you try to corroborate that specific video with pictures of him, what have you, he was looking rough. Like, he put this out there, and basically, if these things didn't get word from him in however long, then some trigger was going to go off and post the video. I actually was pretty caught up in all of this at the time it came out, and I was actively looking online for Julian Assange's information, just anything that had anything to say other than that Julian Assange pissing off the Ecuadorian embassy again. He's going to lose his privileges. Is that he started to mention some hardcore shit when he made this video, or towards the end of it. I think in the last 55 minutes of this video, he starts talking about micro-electromechanical machines. However, he refers to them as intelligent evil dust. You'll find more luck online researching these things as MIMS or micro-electromechanical systems. Essentially, nanotech. You'll probably find the most luck on that. But for the research articles, the peer-reviewed articles, the deep dirt, MEMS, that's what you want to search. Essentially, he was saying that they were powered by the 5G towers, and this dust is everywhere. Believe what you want on that. You know, if you roll to my site, thedailydialectics.com, I actually have a tab dedicated to MEMS. Research papers, PDFs from the people, you know, that are at the forefront of this technology. And ties into Sommerfeld, Goubau, and is how I kind of got into all of this. I'd like to believe this because it's coming from Julian Assange. However, that's fucking ridiculous. Dust, intelligent dust flying around everywhere. Started to look into it. It's not what this video is dedicated to. If you'd like, do your search. However, if you'd like a good start, go to thedailydialectics.com. I rolled across this YouTube. I like to look at the comments. This particular YouTube channel, RT, scrolling through it because I was trying to find out what's up with Julian Assange. I used to keep up with him avidly ever since I heard about him around 2011. I heard of Wikileaks here and there. Didn't really comprehend how great it was that it existed until probably 2012. And needless to say, he did something extremely brave, basically putting his life online. And everybody tends to accept that when you do these things, you put your life on the line. But we're now getting the proof that when it comes down to there being grave suspicion, and it's not even grave suspicion, it's essentially every single picture they put out in the past year and a half has been a recycled picture. I've done the work. I mean, anybody's free to do the work. I've challenged people to show me any particular picture, and I will prove to you it's fake. I will prove to you that it's been recycled from a previous year. I've done it enough myself. I mean, me convincing myself isn't going to convince others, and honestly, if you're not trying to be convinced, what am I going to do? You know? But that's what I'm putting out to y'all. If you have doubt in this, I'd love to be proven wrong. There's been a lot of videos about him being held in the embassy. There's been a lot of videos about this and that. Funny thing with these videos is that the news media will be coming out with these videos, and they won't necessarily allude at all that they're older videos, or they'll just do tricky stuff where they'll show like the whole Julian Assange, you know, Ecuadorian embassy making that dude mad again, you know, like it's some 12-year-old that's like, sorry, I got in trouble again. They'll flash a picture of him, and every single one has been recycled. So that's enough about the pictures. Go ahead and challenge you to find that out yourself. Use Google image search. Be tenacious about your search, and I can guarantee you at this point, you will not find a picture. It's 2018. Alright folks, thank you for tuning in. This is the Daily Dialectic. Please like, please share, please hate. Do whatever you need to do. Do some investigation onto any of my claims, on any of what I brought to your attention that you may not have known before. Enjoy.